Hey, what's up guys, it's Matt, and welcome to my loot from 200 mil range video. In this video I'm going to be getting 200 mil range on screen, and showing you guys all the loot that you should expect from getting over 100 mil range XP at Ascension Dungeon. Hope you guys enjoy.
Con los terroristas.
And do the Harlem Shake.
Con los terroristas.
Alright, now what I'm going to do for the loot portion, since I know a lot of you guys like statistics and stuff, I have the loot on screen right here that I have gotten from over 100 mil range XP at only Ascension bosses. And now I'm going to make on screen the last 5 bows, which will total 70 crossbows made by me. And I'm just going to kind of talk about the loot that I got. So I know a lot of you guys like statistics and drop rates, so that's specifically what I'm going to be talking about now. So over the course of X amount of range XP, I got 29,500 dragon arrowheads. They drop in average about 50 per drop, and that means divided by 50, that 29,500. Over 591 bosses dropped me dragon arrowheads. For the rune arrowheads, I got 122,500. They drop average about 50 or 100 per drop, sorry. So 12,025 bosses average dropped me rune arrowheads. For onyx tips, they drop in sets of 9 to 11, which averages is 10. And I got 6,049 onyx tips, which means that 604 bosses dropped me onyx tips. For magic shield bows, I got 61,890, and they drop in average sets of 50. So 1,237 bosses dropped me magic shield bows. For grimy aventos, I got 16,550, so 1,655 bosses exactly dropped me grimy aventos. For snapdragons, 13,190, so 1,319 bosses dropped me snapdragons. For dwarf weeds, I got 4,580, they drop in sets of 5, as well as lance and torstals. I got 3,320 lance, 3,690 torstals, so 916 bosses dropped me grimy dwarf weeds, 664 bosses dropped me grimy lance, 738 dropped me grimy torstal. For the torstal seeds, they drop in sets of 1, and I ended with 817 torstal seeds, so 817 bosses dropped me torstal seeds. For lance seeds and dwarfweed seeds, they drop in sets of 2. For dwarfweed seeds, I got 1,310 dwarfweed seeds, and for lance seeds, I got 1,386. So 655 bosses dropped me dwarfweed seeds, and 693 bosses dropped me lance seeds. For rune bars, they drop in sets of 4, so I ended with 4,884 rune bars. And that means that 1,221 bosses dropped me rune bars. For rune plates, they drop in sets of 2, so I ended with 2,728 rune plates. So 1,364 bosses dropped me sets of 2 rune plate bodies. For the dragon longswords, that's straightforward. They drop unnoted in sets of 1. I ended with 1,252, so 1,252 Ascension bosses dropped me dragon longswords. I also made 70 bows, and at 6 signets per bow, that is 420 signets, but I lost, I think, 3 signets due to either disconnecting or while it was still on the ground, basically deaths after that happened, or leaving the room too soon. For Triskelion pieces, I think I got 5. It might have been more, but it was no more than 8. So over the course of killing probably over 20,000 Ascension bosses, I didn't get very many Triskelion pieces at all. Alright, now it's time for the moment most of you have probably been waiting for. So I'm actually going to PC the loot now, and just kind of see where it all goes from here. So I'm just going to price check and throw everything up here. That's probably the first time I've ever used that empty backpack into the price checker function. Anyways, I'm not going to sell the loot on video because I might use the fletching supplies. Like, this is 7 mil XP in fletching, and I mean, it might be worth it to use. I don't know. But I'm going to sell some of it later, just not on video. Anyways, so 1.16 billion GP in normal drops from 70 bows. Actually, it's 66 bows, not 70 bows, because I did sell the loot from my first 4 bows. So it comes out to be like 15.5 to 16 mil GP in normal drops per bow. So for all of you guys that I see, I mean, I've seen people streaming and other people making videos of Ascension Dungeon, and they don't pick up the shards. But out of everything here, the shards are the most valuable. And by a long shot, too. I mean, then the thing that comes close to it is the rune plates, and I guess the Serenic scales are probably up there with the Ascension shards because I have an additional 84 times 4 more that I got as drops. So somewhere in the 700 to 800 range, which comes out to be more than the shards. But basically the shards and the Serenic scales are worth the most out of everything. So do pick up the shards when you do Ascension Dungeon, at least the bosses. I don't know really much about the lower levels, like the Slayer monsters, because I don't kill them. But definitely pick them up on the Legions. It is absolutely worth it. So I also got quite a bit of charms. This is not from all 66 bows that this loot is from, but it's, I don't know, 20 bows worth or so. I don't know, it's not that many. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.